Good afternoon, Speed Gaming 2. Welcome. It's the Link to the Past Randomizer, a daily race, and today we've got a bit of a treat for everybody. We're highlighting one of the new modes for this coming season of the Link to the Past Randomizer League. That's right, Link to the Past Randomizer League is coming soon, Season 6, and we've got a new mode to highlight. Today, you're going to get to see Champions Ganonhunt. Ganonhunt was a new mode created within the last few months. It is a Triforce Hunt mode where you have to kill Ganon at the end. Champions Ganonhunt is a slight variation on that, crossing Champions Hunt and Ganon Hunt. In this mode, it is an open sword start, boot start, big key shuffle, where you have to collect 2 out of the 3 Triforce pieces. Those 3 Triforce pieces are on the following locations. You've got 1 inside the Pyramid Fairy, 1 inside GT Basement, and 1 on the pedestal. You have to find 2 of those pieces before you can kill Ganon. Now, in terms of the GT location, GT opens with 5 crystals for this race, and the GT Big Key does not exist. There is a Big Key shuffle, but the GT Big Key specifically is not findable, so the GT piece is only going to be in those 22 basement checks. So this is going to be, I'll have I'll drop it in chat every so often as we have people filtering in, showing the different settings for this mode, but those are in there right now. And yeah, so this is a brand new mode, and you can see there's our 2 out of 3, or 2 that we have to find, and we get the Pearl. One thing I didn't get to highlight is today's runners are MM2 NES, Cartridge, and Power to Mario. So Mario's going to give us the a very traditional Uncle start. Almost going to be playing this as a casual boots, whereas MM2 is going to head over to Sahasrahla. I will also point out that while we are highlighting these 2 runners, we do have 2 other runners today. We have Maui and Top Specialist also running in this race. So MM2 finishes up. That 300's not too bad, nor are the bombs. Good early find. And it looks like MM2 is just going to delay on Kakariko with this. Like, 3 bombs does give you some nice options, as Mario is going to work through the Hyrule Castle. So yeah, this mode was just started, or just mentioned over the weekend, when the League admins did announce the beginning, or the signups for League Season 6 are coming. They announced this mode and one other. I believe that other mode will be tomorrow, actually, at 11 p.m. will be the other new mode, AAD Key Sanity. So if you want to see the other new League mode for the season, do make sure to come by tomorrow night as well. Bit of a late race, but should be really fun. There's our book at the dam. And we did get a flute over on Power to Mario's side. So I will say, because of the fact that this mode is brand new, there's definitely going to be some question marks. You know, both runners trying to, or all the runners today, and all the community, you know, going to try to build up a bit of a feel for meta of how this works. As you can see, we have one of our pendants, the green pendant, is over in Eastern, and unfortunate. I was going to say unfortunate, but I think Mario did this on purpose. Yeah, Mario is focusing on the back instead of Zelda Cell. Interesting aggressive play here, and we get the flippers over on MM2's side. I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of the death here. Personally, I think you still play this out, but to each their own on this play. I feel like you're going to get a glove, so you're going to get back eventually. Why, you know, you're already playing for the cell in some regards. I'd say go for it. Ice Rod Cave just giving us another 20 bucks. MO2 is going to be a bit short on the Zora money, but not too bad overall for some checks of the flippers. MO2 setting up that fake flipper or the water walk. Going to use that diagonal ledge to do the swim here, but then after jumping off the waterfall, going to have the water walk state. Mario, meanwhile, into the dark portion, or into the sewers in the back. 2 fairly easy rooms. Now he's just going to have to find that key rat in the back here. Although there's our first glove off of the hobo under the bridge. So all this effort from Mario to get that key off the key rat, while admirable, going to be a lot easier for M2 here. Oh, and we did get a hammer in Dark Cross. Good point out. There's our small key, 50 bucks, and a big key to a Desert Palace. So we're already starting to set up those Desert Palace pieces. We've got that book, we've got that big key, or at least between our 2 runners. We're still missing fire to be able to kill Landmo. The other thing I'll say, of course, that Landmo kill is only it's a 5/6. So does have value to our runners in terms of getting those Triforce pieces. At minimum today, our runners will need to defeat 5 of the bosses. Some bombs in the Bonk Rocks. And Zora Ledge is nothing. And M2's going to have to bail on Zora, still short on the money side. I will say this mode can definitely play some tricks on you. I had some friends running the mode the other night. And, you know, not a massive guarantee you're going to get every item or see those items along the route. So, you know, we might say, hey, there's Eastern Palace's a pendant. For all we know, our bow is going to be, like, very deep in the seed, and the pendants are an unrealistic option. We just don't have that idea yet. MO2 going to skip out on Dark Cross for now. We'll have to get that hammer eventually. Okay, Mario into Kakariko. And Blind's Hut. We got a shield, we got a piece of heart, some money, and more money. There's a 300. So Mario's starting to build up a good reserve, or a good set of rupees. But they're both still a little short. I believe that was our ice rod in the back of Blind's Hut. Always a little hard to tell on these screens if it was blue or red, but I believe that was ice. The seed is not being too stingy about the bombs, though. Makes it pretty easy to deal with all these checks. We got another big key, this time to Ice Palace. Could be the seed giving us some hints for later in the seed. There's our first bottle. And another heart container. So good, healthy start here. And the red rang. I'm always in favor of a good red rang. You can give me any boomerang, but I'll take red first. You like having that option for stun. Another piece of heart, though. Mario's going to have to remember to activate that flute. I don't believe he's done it yet. He has remembered. And I just realized MM2 is already on Mirror Shield. The sub 10-minute mirror shield over on MM2's side. Lovely. I will say, we also have logical Dark World access between our... Well, not logical, but we have Dark World access between our two runners. Mario just having to go to Hobo to get his glove, while MM2 just has to hit the Dark Cross for that hammer. Mario remembering, hey, I've got powder and a hammer. We're going to go do the magic bat. Magic bat giving us just 20 bucks. Nothing too special this time. But you like having all these checks knocked out. Mario really having a good efficiency here with Kakariko, getting to activate his flute, check Sick Kid, check Magic Bat. He's really knocking out all the pieces here of a Kak play. So really nothing bad for him at this point. MM2, of course, not getting to do bat or flute. Nothing at race game, so Mario is going to flute away. Where to? We're going to check out Desert. Looks like Desert Ledge into Agina, I'm guessing. There's our third sword over on the Desert Ledge. Definitely something we'll be picking up. Gotta imagine we're going to wait a little bit. You know, we got that Desert Big Key, but we do want fire at this point. And for Mario, it's not just fire, it's glove, fire, book. He's like missing the trio to even do this. But realistically, there's got to be fire soon. Just looking at what we've found so far, based on that hammer location, we will find a fire rod or a lamp in the near future. And it does look like MM2 is going to head over to Desert, taking that book and just running with it, feeling like, hey, I might get fire in Desert at this rate. Every dungeon will have, of course, one extra item. Although there's the hook shot on the mushroom turn-in. So that opens up a lot of Death Mountain. So for Mario, that does mean a crystal is clearable. Not in logic without, of course, the Hera Big Key. But I can't imagine you're not looking to at least knock out a crystal if available. Hard to say, though. We'll see what happens. Especially if he's going to get that Dark World access soon. Like, he'll go... Yeah, here we go. Mini Moldorm Cave coming up for Mario. He's going to get the flippers. I have to believe he's going to be looking to do those flipper checks. And at that point, you know, maybe I don't rush a useless crystal. Yeah, the mobility advantage here for Mario is undeniable. Like, you want this as a runner. And there, of course, is the mirror shield for Mario. That double shield in Mini Moldorm Cave, never a fun find. You're hoping for real progression. And Mario's rushing, actually, the Hobo check. Not a bad idea. He's realistically, you'd flute to Ice Rod Cave at this point anyway, so it's not a big loss for him. We did get that Desert Torch being nothing. And MM2 realizing, wait a minute, I should probably get Big Chest first, because this could be the small key. And it is. Mario now having Dark World access, still wondering where that fire is, I'm sure, because technically fire was required for Hammer. And MM2 realizing, hey, wait a minute. Wait, was that 2 items or 3? Was Igor chest an item? Either way, MM2 gets a tempered sword. Torch was a heart container. I missed what was in the chest with the Igors, is what I mean. So if we did see 2, then we are set. Okay. Another big key, though. This time the Meyer big key in Hype Cave. We'll see if Mario wants to give us a map check soon. There we go. Pendants are Ice and TR. And our other 5/6 is Swamp Palace. So, Ice, TR, and Eastern being our pendants are not great news for Ped as one of our 2 Triforce pieces, I'd say. Swamp has a, like, for Swamp, we're just missing a mirror at that point. So, like, the 5/6s are actually looking pretty good. Combine that with probably a Hera. And then it's a, like, if we can get Samaria, Meyer looks really good. There's already 4 crystals. So it becomes a question of which big key can we get next. At least from my vantage point, like, that TR clear is a lot of time investment and a lot of items to get. Yeah, my intuition's saying I think you beat Desert, and Desert Swamp looks pretty good. Granted, you get a mirror, but I can't see much of a world we don't find a mirror in this seed now. And then Hera for a 3rd. Skull is a 4th, isn't bad either. Like, and then Meyer is a 5th. Like, I see 5 crystals and Pyramid Fairy being really the avenue right now, just from this standpoint. Power to Mario really did get bailed, by the way, on that Zelda cell. Just being the map. MM2 playing us the song of calling a duck, but the duck just says, you know, I'm trapped. You're torturing me with the sounds. Yes, thank you for releasing that duck. And so, yeah, as I was saying, like, the big thing about this mode is trying to adapt a plan. Quickly determining what your crystal pendant layout is, and then determining which crystals or pendants can I play towards for the goal. Okay, I need 5 crystals to get into GT. I need to either get both reds or all 3 pendants. Like, 5 dungeons is the bare minimum here. How can I accomplish that task and finish the seed? So, like, immediately you're like, what do I need to get into GT and full clear that? I have, oh, and there's our Thieves' big keys. So very quickly, like, even more crystals are becoming reasonable. Like, we could even skip out on the idea of Skull Woods being one of them. Like, maybe we don't find Fire Rod. Instead, I can say, hey, I've got Thieves. I will say I would have preferred a route from Mario hitting Hera here first instead of Spiral. Like, unless he's considering the... I'd be curious to know what his thought is here. Like, is he thinking he's going to be able to hit up Spike Cave after Hera? That's the only logical explanation I can think of. And there's our Fire Rod. Okay, never mind. Mario's going to do Spec Rock after Hera. Okay. And yeah, that's the other possibility, is hoping for a big key. Fair enough. I mean, I'd say more worryingly, he's not going to have fire. But yeah, there's our logical hammer now. But yeah, if you're looking at this now from a logical perspective, like... Desert Clear. We got it. Era Clear, we got that for 2 crystals. We've got Thieves and Skull for crystals 3 and 4. Now the question is, can we get that mirror? Or Mitts? Like, mirror and Mitts becomes the real question mark here of where they are in order to give us access to GT and Swamp Palace. And then the only real big worry becomes, like, could it be a right side Triforce piece in GT? The seed is setting up to be a bit of a fast one, depending on, you know, those couple of questions. Now, of course, for MM2, the real worry here is just, you know, when do we get back into Hyrule Castle for that hammer? Good Moldorm fight so far. Oh, okay, good. Mario taking down Moldorm. This will be his first crystal. Once again, 5 crystals for GT. So good little kill there. For another bottle. Given we didn't get anything massive out of... Hera, it's not too bad for MM2. Like, realistically, we're kind of hoping for the mirror to show up. Mario's seen that Fire Rod and going, okay, there we go. That's the logic for Dark World. This puts me back in. Let's get that and get moving. And I think for Mario, like, I would actually consider Desert here. Like, you know you have the Desert Clear. You haven't checked out that area too much. Like, get over to Desert Palace. You want it. You need that area. Like, it's a 5-6. You want that clear. And I can say it as much as I want, but Mario does not have to listen. But I mean, this Dark World play is not bad. Like, it is definitely, it's a 2 crystal play, 2 regular crystals at that. Like, not a bad thing at all for him. But there's the hammer for MM2, giving Dark World access. Definitely trailing behind Mario a bit in checks. Mario's just had the better route so far. Getting that early flute has really paid off, as well as the early hammer. Chess game giving us nothing today. Uh, to Vex's point, I think the problem I see with that logic is like, I think Mario is doing Thieves and Skull, and I just want Tempered Sword for my Skull clear. Like, I think, like, if I know that a sword is on that ledge, I want that sword. Like, the knowledge that it's a 5/6, like, I think you have to play for that 5/6 crystal here. Because, like, this is kind of what your goal... There's the Cane of Samaria. That is amazing as a find. And, like, what I'll say is, at this moment, there's just too much left for me to think pet is a thing. The big keys that we're missing, the medallions, like, there's a lot of tools required for ped that I wouldn't play into right now. So this still looks like a crystal game to me. And MM2 just having a bit of a time with these pits in Skull Woods. Really going for these pit dashes and just having a couple of falls. And there's another moment, like, these are the kinds of little things of, like, if I knew a sword was on desert, like, being able to kill the red Zyzax in one sword slash with Tempered just feels that much more valuable than time spent. Blue Mail, nice little pickup, nice safety for the long run here. A big key, though, to Pod over in Skull Woods. So a big key is in the big key chest, but it is the one to Palace of Darkness. Little off script from Mario, but still well in control. Takes down Blind. Very nice. What do we get? Just the compass. And a second crystal for Mario. Regular crystal. And a very strong kill of Mothula there for MM2 for 50 bucks. Closing out the Village of Outcasts, we get our lamp. Very nice. Mario heading into Skull. MM2 just finishing out the Skull Woods checks. And yeah, we're getting to the territory where like 5 crystals is not far off. We've got 2. Technically 3 of those crystals are in logic. Desert, Skull, and Thieves are all logical crystals. Hera's out of logic. We're just missing that Hera big key for that one. Pod, of course, still behind a bow. But as soon as we find the bow, we are in logic for Pod. So 5 crystals roughly in grasp. And, you know, Mitts, of course, being the big question mark for getting into GT then. Mario about to hit his moth fight. Pretty efficient Skull Woods here. Having that Canis Mario does make life a little bit easier. Mario waiting out the Wall Master before hitting the drop down. Nobody wants to get grabbed while falling. Good slashes so far, a lot of decent hits, not getting negated by the spikes. That looked to be a good hammer hit. And a good fire rod shot to kill off the moth. Nicely done. Meanwhile, MM2 is working through Thieves Town as well, so gonna have this crystal. And Mario's just gonna save and quit after Skull. I don't think we got anything else really in Skull, so not a big deal. But did Mario forget that there's 3 items? This might be the one thing that's a lot gonna trip up some runners for a little bit on this mode, as yeah, we don't have mitts yet. There are 3 items in it, or there's an additional item in every dungeon for this mode. Okay, so we did get all the items from Desert. So maybe Mario did see everything from Skull and was just done. Yeah, on the discussion about the lamp, do runners at a certain level not need it? Sure. I can say I definitely don't need it to get done a seed if I've got a trusty old fire rod, but you give me a lamp and I'm happy. I'm a happy camper having one. I'm faster with it than I'm without it. I wouldn't say I love lamp, I just appreciate lamp. Mario up onto his 4th dungeon. Very nice fire rod kill from Mario. And that's going to be our first 5-6 crystals, so Mario now within striking distance. We are a mirror away from the Pyramid Fairy. Yeah, great position for Mario here, already at 4 crystals. Get that mirror and mitts, and that's go mode. Like, that's as simple as this is for him right now. It's, you know, find mirror, I rush Swamp Palace, get mitts, I'm in go mode. Like, let's just get this done. And realistically, if you get the mirror and then find mitts in Swamp, I'm not even grabbing the Pyramid Fairy Triforce piece. I'm rushing GT and then getting Pyramid Fairy right before I fight Ganon. Like, in my mind, this is a straightforward completion now. Start to finish. We are going to get some divergence here. I think MM2 is probably going to hit Catfish Pod. Mario's going to at least go through Eastern before hitting the pod area. 2 items already in Eastern, though. We do know there are 2 left, but there's a high likelihood that at least one of them is behind that big key, if not both of them. Now, of course, the one thing I will point out is, you know, I've been saying, like, mirror mitts kind of is the big deal. Are there still other scenarios? Yes. Given our equipment and Mario's out of here, that 4th item could have been on the big key chest. I'm kind of surprised we're bailing so quick. But this could be just the strategy for the mode I'm unaware of. And there's our cape off of the pyramid ledge. I will say, people are definitely going to be experimenting with different strategies to see what works best in this mode. And yep, here we go. Pod coming up for Mario. We'll see how much he cares about the bow logic here in Pod. Given the fact we might not need bow at all, like, I'd be a little bit more tempted to hit more Palace of Darkness, regardless of the key situation. Okay, MM2 retracing some of Mario's steps. Mario into new information with Pod. Are we bow locked immediately? Or is that big key kind of trying to tell us something about being here? We are not bow locked yet, so we are going to continue. You know, the other option here is, of course, we get the mitts, and it is a, you know, mitts and bow are here or something. Mitts are here, and we have options of GT without the mirror. Like, ideally, we find a mirror and can beat Swamp, but we are nearing GT access without the mitts even, or without the mirror. I mean, sorry, we do not have GT access without mitts ever in this mode. Yeah, MM2 setting up for the camera unlock just in case. And I think it's a good call. You know, you want to have as much options as possible in this dungeon, because realistically, you might not be thinking, I'm beating Pod, but at minimum, you're thinking, I will do what I can in Pod. Are we going to be bow locked, though? Here's the big question off of this Stalfos basement check. We are not. This is not a bow locked Pod yet. We're going to see how much is locked behind that bow, whether the Hellway and the maze are. If there are two keys on right side, then the Harmless Hellway, Helmasaur, and the Dark Maze are all behind the bow. If it's only one key here, then it's just Helma that's locked behind the bow. And we're getting that bufferless mimic clip from Mario. Look, there we go. Very nicely done. Very smooth, very fast. Wow. Well done. Right side giving us one key and the blue cane. So yeah, that is the back of Pod is not bow locked at all. Good information for Mario. All these checks are in logic. We don't have a green pendant yet, so nothing to check on Sahasrahla. Back of Pod giving us a small key. And there's our map. So the Harmless Hellway is, of course, going to just be another small key. Do not need to check it. MM2 going for the camera unlock there. Nice. Oh, unfortunately, does not get it. Does MM2 know the... And there's the mitts. Okay, here we go. It's getting interesting. Where is Mario going to go next? The Ice Palace is looking pretty appealing at 4 items. It's a pendant. We don't have access to Myers, so fluting to Myers Shed is not exactly the greatest, but Mario is going to check out Dark Death Mountain instead for 6 items. I mean, the funny thing is that, you know, we're missing the TR big key and a medallion to get in, but we're getting closer now to pedestal even. Like, we were saying that, like, you're gonna eye having probably the 5 crystal setup here of like 2 reds and 3 others to get GT and Pyramid, but the longer the seed goes, the more it's looking like it could start shifting to ped. I don't hate it. I don't think it's the call I would have made, but I understand the decision making. There's a bow. MO2 getting his mitts as well. But do we have anything else on these DDM checks? No. Just that bow. Now, of course, what that does mean is that Mario could enter into GT. We are able to get in. The problem is that not logically. We do not have a logical way to get 5 crystals right now. A 4th crystal in Helma, yes. But the question is Mario gonna rush GT out of logic? Or chase, potentially, what the seed actually wants from him? Okay, MM2 gonna give us Mire Shed. Finds the big key to Tower of Hera. There's the logic! Never mind, folks. GT is in logic between our 2 runners. Yeah, my only thought for why you might consider waiting on it is the fact that Ice Palace is open here. And Ice, you have logical full clear ability right now. And that's why I might have considered doing Ice before DDM. Because in my mind, one of the things I might look for is that ability to clear out other stuff before making a return trip to the mountain. But, you know, as I said, this is one of those modes that, like, we're all kind of feeling our way through right now. And I'll be curious to see how the everybody's strategy starts to formulate on it. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think you full clear GT, looking for the pieces you need to get the other Triforce piece. Like, you know you're going to get a Triforce piece there, and you finish out the checks. And honestly, I like the play from MO2. Has now the tools to beat Hera. There's our Eastern Big Key over on Mario's side. So that's 2 pendants fully in logic. We are a medallion from Pedestal, folks. So we are a medallion and a Big Key. My bad. So this is getting a little spicy on which one is actually going to be our second piece. One thing I will say, if I'm in Mario's shoes, like, I might go in. Yeah, I like this play. Go in from the TR portal, because what you really want to know here is, am I in, like, if I find a medallion and the TR big, am I in go mode either way? Or, like, You know, I would want to know what medallion I need if it's going to be a pet seed. I like the caution here. And it's Quake. So, if this is going to be a pedestal seed, we will want to see that Quake medallion. Or we'll need to see that Quake medallion. Meanwhile, that is a third crystal for MM2. As Mario enters into Ganon's tower. Okay, so Mario going to give us Hope Room to start. As I said, any of the 22 locations in this basement can be our Triforce piece. The one thing it cannot be is Big Chest. The big key, I believe, actually is inside the big chest. I could be wrong, but all I know is you cannot get the big key, so you cannot climb this tower. We got some bombs, money, a heart container, and more money. And it looks like Mario's going to continue on to all the way on right side to Armos. M2 did get that bow, so is in logical GT mode at this point. I'm not sure why we're bomb jumping here when you have boots. Curious, but okay. I mean, I would have seen doing it if I picked up the magic under the top pot. And it's not behind our Ice Armos. So our Triforce piece is either in tile room or on left side. And there's the mirror for go mode. Mario just needs to get that Triforce piece out of GT. And this big, or sorry, this is not Big Key. This Triforce piece is really eluding him. We're down to 5 possible locations for it. And there we go, 21. So yeah, really simple setup here for Mario now. Go kill Argus, go grab the bomb, get the Triforce piece out of the pyramid, and then go kill Ganon. He's in great shape here to finish this seed at just over an hour, or maybe even, probably not sub, but just over an hour for sure. Mario working through Swamp Palace here. MM2 about to go for crystal number 4, I believe. I don't think we have desert cleared on MM2's side. I could be wrong. No, MM2 has not beaten desert. So still gonna have to go kill Landmolus to get to the end of this one. Mario not even going to take a chance finding the silvers at this point. Feels good with that tempered sword. I mean, I think Mario's also got a blue potion still, so even if he didn't have that lamp, he'd be in good shape. You might have been thinking, oh, I can go for fire rod strats. Oh, wait, I have no magic. Big key to Swamp Palace on Argus. Good little late joke. And as I said, you know, Mario at this point, all he's going to have to do is pick up this bomb, bring it to Pyramid. He'll get his second Triforce piece out of the Pyramid, and then just walk up and drop into Ganon. This is a fast Ganon mode, so we don't even have to beat Aga 2. Nice use of hook dashes to get the bomb as fast as possible to the pyramid here. And there we go. That is... Oh my gosh, and the silvers were right there. I don't know what to tell you, folks. That's something. Vanilla silvers. And just so we're clear, that is not part of the mode definition. So that was pure chance that happened. That is hilarious. Mario just working through very smooth now. On to phase 3. Ooh, nice setup there. Oh, almost had that triple, but either way, a great finish. Mario is done, though. Get your GGs in chat. Mario just going to have to cross that bridge, and we'll finish up this SG Daily Race. And there you go. Power to Mario, finishing first place on the restream and first place overall with a 102.01. GG's to Power to Mario. We will, of course, see if we can get him in to have an interview and talk about just an overall amazing run on his side today. Meanwhile, MM2 is heading into Ganon's Tower at this point. We'll get that mirror and final, or the Triforce piece here in GT, and be able to go to Swamp and then finish the seed out as well. Likely starting, just saw the finish from Mario, so knows roughly what he has to go do to finish this one out. And we are now joined by Power to Mario. GG, Mario.
Jesse, you're coming today. It's cool.
Yeah, why not? How's it going, buddy?
Thank you for the GG. It's going good. Wow, that was wow.
That was brisk.
Movement felt awesome the entire way, so that was good.
Yeah, good early flute helped you a ton in this one. That with the early hammer, doubly so. Your CAC clear was actually just so efficient in that regard. MM2 having to do the double trip, that really kind of started the fall behind in a sense.
Yeah, the key scum is always a risky move, I think, in almost any mode. But for this one in particular, like, you're not trying to clear every dungeon. You just need to get your items that you need to get into the Dark World and go. And I thought it would be a good idea to maybe take a chance on a glove locked back of Escape. I think Escape opener is the thing I typically do in a Champions Hunt. So I didn't think it needed to change for Ganonhunt.
No, and that's a fair way to play this one. You kind of doubly lucked out on that one, as the the map was in the cell, so.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Now, I guess that raises the question, Eastern, kind of the same logic there. You got your third item out of the Stalfos room and just kind of said, I'm not chancing the fourth item being vanilla big key chest.
Yeah, at that point, I have the big key for pod. I'm so close to either getting my go mode mirror or my bow to get that fifth one. Obviously, I was missing mitts at that point. So yeah, if mitts was in Eastern Palace, then yeah, that might be game right there, because I don't think I was ever going back there. Unless I somehow got mirror, went back to pod, and decided to go back there, but that doesn't make sense in my mind.
Right.
So
I will point out that MM2 just got into Go mode. According to the race time room, has decided to throw in the DNF for the forfeit here.
Yeah.
Is still playing. I'm not sure if there's anything wrong. So just get your GGs in chat for MM2 as well. Hopefully we can get to talk to him as well. I do want to ask one thing about
Yeah.
when you did Thieves and Skull, were you aware of the sword on Desert Ledge?
I was. Yeah.
So I think
So,
the question is like, why not get the sword before Skull and Thieves?
why not get it before? I think I wasn't really thinking, to be honest, about that. But
Fair enough.
the one thing that does come to mind though is if you decide to go for the volume of checks first, you could potentially put off going into Desert Palace and go straight to the boss if you get your go mode items in Thieves Town and Skull, because you have between the two dungeons 8 items. So you could justify that move, but for this race in particular, no, I didn't. I was just moving, right? I was just kind of autonomous at that point. So I was like,
Yeah,
oh
it
yeah,
was just a
dungeon
question
clears,
of
go.
like, that sword really does make life better, I guess would be the way to put it.
Oh yeah, Moth would have been cleared much sooner. I
Yeah.
struggled getting Moth out of the top half of the room. So
I will say we are now, however, joined as well by MM2 GGs.
GG, everybody.
And as I see you still working through the end of this fight or this seed, MM2, how dare you?
Oh my gosh, he broke the
What are
rules so
you
he could do the fun clip.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, you did Specky?
Yeah, I forfeit for 2 reasons. Number 1, I wanted to join the interview early, and number 2, I wanted to do Specky clip and not feel bad.
No, that is fair enough. I appreciate it. Of course, Mario, the other thing I will mention is how about that vanilla silver arrows?
Oh, that was so sick, dude. It was so sick. I was, because I don't know if you saw, but I picked up the Triforce like, cool, I did the coin flip right. I was about to walk out of that room, and I started like, no, let's just check. And then it's there. So sick. Yeah, honestly, I love Champions Hunt, and I think Champions Ganonhunt, just first impression, I think adding the Ganon fight is just makes sense for this mode. And honestly, they should just rename Champions Hunt. They should rename this to just Champions Hunt and just make this the default setting for the preset.
Problem is,
opinion.
I believe we actually have we had a Champions Hunt previously on ladder that was a 40 out of 50 hunt.
We do, yeah.
So we've definitely crossed 2 modes together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say I'm definitely a fan of the Ganon fight at the end of seeds like this. Just feels appropriate.
Yeah. Hashtag my Champions Hunt.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, the question is like, how soon are you two thinking like, this is going to be what my plan is? Like, does Ped ever start entering into this one, or was that kind of like distant at all, like no thought for it to ever be an issue?
I think when you're 4 crystals in, it's especially if you have a red done, like it's really hard, but you have to keep it in mind. I think if I had mirror and when I was at pod, obviously Swamp Palace would have been my next play at that point. But assuming that Swamp wasn't my next play, if I had mirror at pod, I probably would have finished Green Pendant Eastern just because I'm there instead of wasting time going back. But it was getting hairy because obviously you get the mitts and oh no, you get a medallion. Oh no, Turtle Rock might be in play.
Yeah, and then of course that Eastern Big Key showing up. Probably not much better either.
Where was that Eastern Big? Did I pick
it was
that
on
up, or did MM?
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, I did.
It was just at that point you were kind of already not thinking about it as an issue.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Yes, it did light green. Yeah. All right. I thought the swamp big key on Argus was pretty funny.
Yeah, no, we love those French vanilla big keys when we're already in go mode.
I don't know, MM. What do you think about pendant versus pedestal versus GT versus pyramid in this one?
Definitely Pyramid's the most powerful, and then everything else is like you probably do Pyramid and then something else.
Yeah,
And
right,
then,
right.
Yeah. And then in this one, it was like, I'm probably going to do Pyramid and then GT. But if PED stuff shows up in GT and Mirror doesn't, then I'll just do PED and be sad. But yeah, I think what killed me on this one was I just put off doing Desert too much because I was like, I really want to put off Desert until Mirror. Because like there's nothing strictly requiring like Desert to lock Mirror. But also, Desert could just be the 5th crystal you need for GT, so eventually you just have to bite the bullet.
Yeah,
And
the
then
big thing
go
that
ahead.
I would point out was kind of Mario just had that early efficiency, the early Hyrule Castle dip for having and got the flute and hammer.
Ah, dang,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
scummed
like
the
the
key.
the efficiency Mario. I mean, you didn't even have to scum that key. Is the funny part, Mario. Like that hammer was Dark Cross.
Well, Dark Cross hammer, but you had to have the glove to get the.
Well, and MM2 had the glove really early.
Yeah. I
So, like,
just
forgot where
didn't
the
do
first one
HC
was.
early because in like
glove
yeah.
glove was what again?
I know.
South Shore.
I think there was
What was Hobo?
Oh, Hobo, yeah.
Are you sure about that? I never went to.
Yeah,
I'm certain.
No, you're right. You're right. It was Hobo. Okay. Yep.
So yeah,
Yep.
like
What was on
the
Magic Bat? Something was on Magic Bat. I think
nothing
it
was on
something
Magic
important.
Bat.
No,
No,
Magic Bat was
Seed
trash.
Blade. Yep, Seed Blade.
The classic. But yeah, I just didn't do Castle early because I don't like doing Castle early in assured sword modes. I think it's overrated, but meh. It was the correct play this time. So
Yep. The joys of Rando.
yep.
That's part of
Gotta
that's
love
part
it.
of why I do that half the time because the other people are like, Castle, I don't want to do it. I'm like, I don't know, Big Key Shuffle. It's
Yeah, I mean,
think
like,
it's
yeah,
more valuable than usual.
yeah, like with Big Key Shuffle, it's definitely not bad, just not my preferred option. I'd rather do
Yeah.
other stuff.
Of course, the other question here: any forgetfulness on the number of items in dungeons today?
Shouts to Code Tracker, updating the dungeon numbers to be accurate.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
Oh, for like key shuffle modes.
yeah, just like
Yeah.
you change the key shuffle and it dynamically updates the
Ah,
dungeon numbers.
okay.
Shouts to Codeman.
I'm a Dunka Tracker guy, except for glitch modes. I'd use Codemans on glitch modes.
Yeah. Yeah, Code Tracker's awesome, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Not too many major complaints about. Oh wait, no, I did mirrorless Smiths for like no reason. That was a bad play on my part. I should have just done Desert at that point. Desert and Pod. But I was
Yeah.
fluting to 3 and I was like, I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm already here, so I might as well do it anyways. But yeah.
I agree with you. Like anything to advance the game state towards Ganon,
Yeah, exactly.
probably better move.
So official, unofficial, GG's to MM2 now. Having killed Ganon, had a forfeit already, but we do appreciate finishing it out as we were talking here.
Yeah.
GG.
Yeah, GG is.
We don't have to do a DQ either, because the forfeit happened and then the specky clip happened. So anybody who watches this
punitive
back,
action.
keep in mind that this is not allowed tech in SG daily races.
Well,
Talk
as
to
of
your
today.
local tournament or talk to your local tournament organizer for if that is legal tech.
Yeah. Yeah, don't be fooled. But Specky Clip's too fun. I've been spoiled by HMG races. But yeah.
Yeah, I did get to use it today in Kazbut's ladder, but still lost to Airy because I'm bad. Mad because bad. Airy's kind of sick.
Yeah. Yeah, Aries awesome. But yeah, GG's. I don't really have that much more to say. But good luck in your future races, PTM.
Thank you. You too. Thanks, Aku. Thanks, Jesse. And who was tracking? I forget.
Fishing Boo.
Fishing Boo. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. As I said, while this is one of our new modes for the Link to the Past Randomizer League Season 6, we are going to have the other new mode featured tomorrow night, 11 p.m. Eastern Time. That is AAD key sanity, almost all dungeons key sanity, Agilus AD key sanity. I don't know what you want to call it.
Keys.
Add keys. That is in all dungeons key sanity mode, except for the fact that you don't have to beat AGA 1. The reason being is that it's still kind of all dungeons, or almost all dungeons, is the GT big key is on the pedestal. So you have to get all the pendants and all the crystals and beat AGA 2. You just don't have to beat AGA 1. So we will be highlighting that mode once again tomorrow night, 11 p.m. Channel TBD. So I do recommend checking that one out and trying to join it if you want some practice with another one of our new modes for this coming season of the Link to the Past Randomizer League. All that stuff is starting to form. I know teams are starting to also be built. So if you're not already in the League Discord, I do recommend joining it. People are looking for teams and looking to have a great time this season with League Season 6. And of course, make sure to follow all of the Speed Gaming networks as we get set on more daily races and all the other events going on around Speed Gaming and all the channels. So have a great rest of your day, everybody, and we hope to see you next time. Later.